Seth and Pete for having me in this space, and for 1 million opportunities for having me and trusting me with my message. My name is Lisa MacDonald. I am the owner of Imperfection is Beautiful. It is a brand dedicated to promoting self-acceptance by embracing flaws and life challenges. Through this message, I aim to uplift self-esteem and inspire a more positive, inclusive community. Imperfection is Beautiful focus on building nonprofits or any organization who would benefit these services. So the services that I provide, I am an artist, as you can see. I have paintings here. I like to paint for the people, so a lot of my paintings are representative of humanity, and also it's paintings that motivate others, that uplift others. So there might be motivational quotes or a motivational image that can help uplift your, struggles that we go through in our daily life. I'm also an author of a book called Painting the Path of My Life. I have some books here you guys are welcome to look at after my presentation. I have created a daily self-reflection workbook. I also created a self-discovery workbook to help individuals, help and work with themselves in their daily lives, as it's very important to self-reflect and to know who you are as an individual. So when you're looking for a job and you're looking for a career, you know what you like and you don't like. I also created a coloring book back in 2020 with COVID. I noticed some kids are bored and they want to, do something, so I created a coloring book. And each purchase of a coloring book, one coloring book will go towards a child with cancer. I also offer life coaching. I help individuals with different life skills. So if you want to learn more, you can check out my website. I offer speaking engagements, which I talk about how to have a positive, strong mindset when going through imperfections. I offer programs, and I just released a podcast, Imperfect Helping Hands. If you're interested in learning more about that and wanting to be my guest, because I am looking for guests to talk about their stories and everything they're going through in their daily life, and this way it will help the listeners to learn that they're not alone with their challenges. All information is in that little table, so you're welcome to check that out. For more information, go on www.imperfectionbeautiful.life. All right, let's get to it. So when I do speaking engagements, I like to bring my paintings. So my painting is myself. So every painting you see is a part of me. It's who I am as an individual. So when I do a speaking engagement, a lot of the things I'm speaking about has a reflection of what you see here in these paintings. So you can visually see what I'm talking about and audibly hear what I'm talking about. So I'm just so impressed with this group because you guys are all so positive and uplifting each other, because I know losing a job or not landing a job you were hoping for can incredibly be very hard on your self-esteem. In today's world, where technology is rapidly increasing, it often feels like we're competing with machines, and the demand for human roles is shrinking. It leaves me feeling uncertain about the future, and I can't help but wonder, will the human touch eventually fade away? All the issues you're all facing, don't let it define you, don't let it take away from you and your ability to continue finding the job that you're looking for. Because those struggles are not meant to define you, it's meant to help you grow and become wiser and stronger. As a speaker, entrepreneur, an artist, an author, all these great things that I have in my life, you're not alone. I've gone through this. I've gone through a lot of troubles in my life, but I'm not afraid to speak about it because I know I will open doors for others to understand that they're not alone with their challenges. I went through discrimination, sexual harassment, bullying. I got taken advantage of jobs, many jobs, and sad to know, college has failed me, meaning that during COVID-19, I didn't get the help that I deserved. I didn't get the support that I needed. And from that, I end up with a low GPA and I cannot go back to college. I cannot receive financial aid because of that. All these issues I had to pull myself together. I had to keep myself going because I know there's something out there that's better than what I have and where I'm at. I have been in better places who appreciates my services, and here are a few to mention. I got hired twice to work with the Nazareth Girl Scouts troop. I provided a 2 leadership program for them. This was interesting because I was in a radio station, and a mother who is the troop of the Nazareth Girl Scouts, she was so inspired by my story and wanted me to help the Girl Scouts. That was really fun. I also worked for Battleborn. I was a 1-year contract with them, and I provided my self-love program to veterans. This is something I've dreamed about doing because my father's side of family is super military. We served the country, and I didn't think I was physically capable of serving with the Marines or, serving our country, but I knew that when they come here, I want to grab their hand and say, it's okay, I'm here to help you. Let's do this together. And I'm very proud that my brother, my closest brother, William, served 4 years in the Marine Corps. I also hosted a mental health awareness runway show at a health and wellness expo where we spread awareness about mental health and physical health, and also help small businesses get out there too. And exciting to say, I recently got hired to finally provide my youth enrichment program at the Allentown School District, where I got declined 3 times. Finally, actually, next month, July, I will be providing my summer program for the youth enrichment program for the teens in high school. So that's really exciting. It took me 6 months to do. I actually originally did it for Banana Factory, but they declined me, so there's a lot of declining we're gonna have to face. Yes, these opportunities may not be consistent income right now, but they represent something even more powerful. I did it. I took the risk to create something new and meaningful, even in a world that often sticks what's familiar. Each experience is building my skills, my confidence, and my story. They're all stepping stones leading to me the next chapter of my life. One where I achieve the wealth and freedom I deserve. A life where I'm not burdened by financial stress, but grounded in purpose, knowing that what I create truly matters and deeply appreciated by others. Now that's my story. I am here to pass you some motivational wisdom. That's what I like to say, because I feel like I have a lot of wisdom in myself that I want to give out to the community. Living in a world where motivation is the key to do anything in life. However, sometimes our thoughts, social media, and negative people can lower that self-motivation. Having an awareness towards yourself is the #1 key to understand true motivation. First, begin to be aware of anything you feel towards yourself. Understand what you are feeling and ask yourself why. You could possibly write these thoughts down to help you stay organized and keep in track of how you've been feeling each day. Sometimes it's hard to face our feelings when we're constantly distracted. We're procrastinating, we're looking at our phones, we're scrolling, we constantly scroll, and we just end up feeling miserable more because we're not really facing our feelings. It's a quick escape from the pressure of the real world. Our phone, while it's convenient, it can be a trap that encourages laziness and chip away at our drive. We scroll and see others seemingly living their best life, and that comparison can quietly wear away our confidence. Over time, this cycle can lead to feeling doubt, low self-esteem, and even depression. That's why staying grounded, being mindful, and connecting to your own path is the key of maintaining that real motivation within. But being aware of ourselves, we have the power to let go of the negativity and the power to keep the positivity in our lives. By being aware, we can have that self-motivation. Once we are aware of ourselves and what we want to do in our lives, we can go further than we ever thought we could go. This is crazy for me, because I never thought I could be standing right in front of all of you speaking. I am bilingual, and I struggle sometimes with my speech. I go to speech therapy. I had 12 years of being in high school. I have a learning disability. I never thought I could pass my driver's test. I never thought I could drive. I had very low self-esteem. But pushing myself and having a passion with my art, it has guided me and motivated me to get where I want to be at. I've written a book, I did journals, I have all those things because I didn't look at my disability, myself as a limit. I see it beyond as a limit. I wanted to see how far I can go. And let me tell you, I definitely just surprised myself. So again, being self-motivated starts with self-awareness. When you truly understand yourself, you'll be able to better recognize when you're getting off track and redirect yourself before distractions take over. So don't give up on yourself. Keep moving forward, and every little step counts. Thank you.
I hope you're taking questions, Lisa. You guys have any questions, comments, things like that? I hope.
Who's got a question? Or a comment?
Too quiet.
Yeah, you can break the ice.
I just wanted to say thank you for sharing your story. I think that it's very difficult to go out and speak about some of the challenges that you have faced. And I agree with you that probably people do have some shame about some of the things. You talked about your difficulty in school and whatnot, and it's actually a much more common story. So I definitely appreciate all of the things that you've shared with us today, and I think that you're definitely not only sharing your story, but also reminding people that things can always get better.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Brian, and thank you again. I'm going to reiterate what Michelle just said. Your story is amazing. Very, very inspirational. One thing I would like to know, and I think maybe to share this with the group, how do you get yourself in that frame of mind to really focus on what you need to do? Like if you were going to give somebody advice, because you said procrastination, the fear of that, you're on your phone, what do you recommend as far as getting in that headspace to be able to focus on what you need to do, and not only do that, but really have fun doing it?
That's a good question. Well, first, put that phone away. Go put it on silent, put it away. Put it in a drawer, because your brain is so used to being on that phone that you're just gonna be, like, it's just a habit. So break that habit. Put that away. What helps keep me focused, and I've been telling my clients this, have a journal. Write down what are some things you want to do, you need to complete. List them, bullet them, and then also time yourself. Okay, I'm gonna take like 15 minutes in doing this, 25 minutes doing this, take a break. Then giving you a little bit of reward, a little flexibility, it makes your day easier and not too stern on yourself and your schedule, because if you're constantly do, you're gonna burn out yourself, you're gonna be exhausted. So whatever's distracting you, put it away, and you gotta tell yourself, I need to get this done. It's all in the mind that we gotta push ourselves to do it. No one else can do it but yourself. So that's the hard part, is you gotta make that change. You gotta make that step. And you putting that phone away or that laptop away, anything that's distracting you is the best step to take. So you can go and do what you have to do.
Thank you so much again for sharing your story, Lisa. I was curious to know, like, what inspired you to want to become a motivational life coach?
I was inspired because as I see my paintings, it all started with my paintings, how my paintings were my motivation. And after seeing that motivation through my paintings, I felt like, well, I need to speak up. I need to speak up about my story. I need to speak up about the struggles I've gone through and speak about my story, motivate others, that letting them know they're not alone. But I noticed that there are skills that people are lacking on, and I've used these 3 skills. And the 3 skills that I used to help build myself up were self-discovery skills, coping skills, and time management skills. Those are the 3 skills that help build myself up. School never taught me this. I taught myself. And I think sometimes people would view a disability as like a bad thing, but I think I view it as a good thing, because with my disability, it taught me how to, okay, if I don't learn like other students, I need to learn how to manage my time. I have to manage my studying time. I have to study longer than what other students, because some students, they don't need to study and they can figure out, do the tests and get an A. I can't do that. I have to study and it takes me a while. So I have to manage my time. Coping skills. Well, with the frustration of constantly being in school and dealing with, oh, your grammar's wrong, and being frustrated constantly, I had to cope with that. I have to learn how to cope with my stress so I can better manage on my days. And then self-discovery skills. Well, at school, I never felt like I fit in. I struggle in fitting in, and kids made fun of me. They say I'm something that I'm not, and it was very hard for me to actually make friends, especially girls. So I created a self-discovery. I did a lot of research on myself, and I did a lot of personality traits on myself. And I noticed, I'm like, you know what? A lot of people, do they really know who they are? Or they just do what they like and then that's it? Like deeply inside, do people really take time to know who they are, their strengths, their weaknesses, and just focusing in that? And self-reflection questions are so essential, and that's what I do on a daily basis. So the workbooks and the journals I've created really made me want to become a motivational life coach, where it's life coaching, but it has a motivational drive where I push and I encourage you, and I'm really straight up on you. Seth knows about that. You know, because you got to do the work. You got to make that change. I'm only there to guide you. I'll give you the steps, I'll give you the tools, but you're the one that needs to make the change and do the work. So that's really what inspired me, is my experience in school and having this disability. It made me want to create this. And actually, I noticed that there's not a lot of things we're not learned to discover ourselves or cope with difficulties or manage your times. Teachers expect you to hand in your work and get all this work done and send it on time, but it's like, well, the kids are not learned how to manage their time. They don't know time management skills. They're not learning that, and at home especially. So I wanted to bring that back. And that's what I do with my youth enrichment programs and my life coaching and all those things. So, yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hi, Lisa.
Hey.
Thank you for your motivational speak. And you mentioned something about college failure. You have been discriminated. You have learning disability, which a lot of us face. What time of your life did you realize that you can move on from this stage, from being discriminated, not, doing college? Because, I grew up knowing that college and education was the best way in life, and you are doing so good without, being a college graduate. So at what time of your life did you find yourself being so motivated that you can reach this stage?
That's an amazing question. I grew up in, so I'm half Hispanic and half German. So I'm half Dominican and half German. So my mom believed college was the thing. My mom was like, get a master's degree, make a lot of money. But I'm such a unique person, and I look beyond the system that the schools have and college has. I'm a solution. I find solutions, and I want to pass that solution out. The problem is, professors argue with me. They don't listen to me. I had an argument with the dean because I couldn't get mental health help that I needed. I couldn't get counseling because I wasn't a traditional student. So I suffer a lot, and I actually had to be my own therapist because I couldn't afford. I mean, I'm spending a lot of money on college hoping it's gonna assist my mental health. Obviously not. So I had to be my own therapist, and it made me really strong from what I had to face. I realized I knew it was better than what college would give me, because all the information I'm giving you, all the things I'm passing, the knowledge, it's not taught, it's not known. And us as human beings, we need this type of information if we want to be successful. We need to feel good about ourselves and know what direction we want to go in our lives. I had to face this so many brick walls hitting on me all the time and getting declined and stuff like that because people didn't like the input that I put out. I knew it was something we needed, but none of them, everybody's hushy-hush, especially in the college. They don't want to talk about it because it's not good on it doesn't look good on the college. And I actually had 5 college girls back me up when there was a mental health crisis. It was during COVID. And I left because I didn't find myself that I should be in a place where they don't even accept me and I'm mentally not happy, so I left, and that's where I found that I don't need it, that I can find something based on my action steps, based on not even a piece of paper, but I can show you. I may not have the paper, but I can show you that I'm very successful and I can lead a whole group of people, or I can lead an event. Pete knows, he can back me up. Seth knows, I got people who could be great reference for me, but sorry, going off a tantrum here, but I'm very passionate, and I don't want anybody to go through what I had to go through. So, and I'm not saying college is a bad step. I love the community college. I went to LRC. I love this college. I would love to work for one, honestly. So I know I'm a speaker, an entrepreneur and stuff, but I am looking for something a little bit more consistent. So I am looking for working for the youth, teens specifically, young adults, possibly in a college or like a community college, or anybody who would really appreciate my services. I would love to provide that in there too. So, yes.
Hi Lisa, thank you for sharing. Your story hit home because I deal with similar things. And when I moved away to East Stroudsburg, my parents didn't think I'd probably make it about 3 weeks at max, because living away from home, they didn't know I would fare with, similar thing to you, plus mental health issues. And I can say that through a lot of, tenacious work ethic, stick-to-itness, as my late grandmother used to say, resilience, and a lot of hard work, that May 10, 2014 came along, and I walked across the stage with graduating with a 3.9 GPA, summa cum laude from East Stroudsburg. So I defied all the odds. And, I kind of used it as I'll show when, I have this thing where I'm kind of like a real Rocky, because I get knocked down and knocked down and knocked down. I've been knocked down a couple times, but just keep getting back up and having this, you have to get off the the stool the next round of boxing if you're battered and bruised. And it's just I can do this. It's